Hi again guys, this is FD for Sage5.tv once more back with another video, and today we are going to discuss the real reasons Ethereum could surpass Bitcoin during the next bull run. This is not clickbait, this is actually based on some genuine objective overview. Why and how Ethereum could surpass Bitcoin during the next bull run. Let's find out. Guys, what I'm going to share with you here today is not financial advice. These are just my own opinions. If you require financial advice, you know what to do. Please go approach someone who is trying to give you financial advice. What I'm sharing with you here today is just my own opinions, my own views. Do not make any investment decisions based on what I'm sharing with you. The information I'm sharing with you here today is just for informational as well as entertainment purposes. So, what could be the reasons why Ethereum could flip Bitcoin during the next bull run? While Bitcoin is not the first ever cryptocurrency, it certainly is the one that managed to achieve its objectives successfully. It is decentralized, within reason of course, meaning no central authority controls its issuance. It offers user anonymity and transparency. It is censorship resistant. It comes with ultimate portability, meaning unlike gold, which occupies physical space and requires plenty of it the more one acquires, Bitcoin is computer code and is stored on the blockchain. Unlike current modes of money, which include fiat currencies, when you own Bitcoin, it is yours to keep as well as to lose. You are not careful with the security element of it. With fiat currencies, we know a central authority can freeze or confiscate your funds. Bitcoin is the first true global citizen, but it can be transferred to any country on earth without the need to conform to national and political boundaries, as well as the laws that are imposed by other human beings. Bitcoin is also totally open source and its software is free to use. Anyone can see its source code, study it, audit it, or improve it. Bitcoin gives the individual financial sovereignty where the individual becomes their own bank. Transactions on Bitcoin are generally faster than legacy finance in most cases, especially where transactions are complex, which could require days, in some cases weeks, to get such transactions completed. Transactions records are immutable. Once transaction records have been created on the Bitcoin blockchain, they cannot be changed. You still with me so far? Keep watching. Guys, if you are new, thank you very much for dropping by. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe as well as smash that notification bell. If you are a returning viewer and you are subscribed, thank you very much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you. Now back to Bitcoin. There are plenty more objectives Bitcoin has achieved since it was created by Satoshi Nakamoto back in 2009. Over the years, Bitcoin has seen some immense gains in its US dollar value, having appreciated by as much as 76 million % at its peak since 2010, when it was changing hands at around 9 cents each. Would you believe that? 9 cents per Bitcoin. That was in 2010. Early adopters have benefited massively, and many of them who kept their faith in Bitcoin have been handsomely rewarded if they manage to cash out some of those gains, that is. However, as with all technology, new innovations come and replace the old, and in most cases, the newer technologies are usually an improvement of the old. This trend goes way back in time, but we will use some examples of technologies that were invented during the last century to date. For example, where we once relied on horse carriages to travel from place to place, we now have cars. Where we once used foot messengers to deliver simple messages such as romantic interest, we now use phone text, or email. Also, where we once rode horses, we can now each drive a car. Where humans used to rely on trading physical goods, also known as barter trading, we can now trade services and cash, which is your fiat currency. Where we needed to be physically present to observe an event, now we can watch live events remotely or virtually. I'm highlighting all these technological changes so that we do not get carried away with today's technology, as they too shall come to pass and be replaced by newer, better technologies of the future. To help us appreciate the way technology plays out in the real world, let's take a look at some simple technology life cycle, which consists of 4 stages as follows. First off, you have the research and development phase. During this phase or stage, costs far outweigh the return and the technology is still uncertain. This stage also includes the introduction to the market, where beta testing can take place and further improvements can be made to the product. I believe Bitcoin went through this phase in its earlier years, from before Satoshi Nakamoto made his creation public to around 2014. The growth stage. This phase is where the formal introduction to the market occurs and adoption and utilization rates are very high. Profits are made in this phase. In Bitcoin's case, this could be viewed as having been between 2015 and 2021. Now, most people would disagree with some of the timelines timelines we're using for the purpose of keeping this video compact in order to flow easily for the viewer, which is fair criticism to be frank. Now, we get on to the maturity phase, which is stage 3. At this point in the process, the market is saturated and the number of new users flattens out. The technology can continue to be profitable, however, by incrementally improving the product, thus creating the need among consumers for newer versions every so often. Now, this phase is not only necessary but critical for a technology's survival. It is important to highlight a couple of things before we dive into what this stage resembles in Bitcoin's case. First off, let's describe what a blockchain is for those who are not in the know or you are new to blockchain technology. A blockchain is a distributed database or ledger that is shared among the nodes of a computer network. As a database, a blockchain stores information electronically in digital format. Blockchains are best known for their crucial role in cryptocurrency systems such as Bitcoin for maintaining a secure and decentralized record of transactions. Source: Investopedia. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it seemed to summarize most of the definitions and descriptions out there. The innovation with a blockchain is that it guarantees the fidelity and security of a record of data and generates trust without the need for a trusted third party. By using this technology, participants can confirm transactions without the need for a central clearing authority. Now that we've described what blockchain technology is, where does Bitcoin stand in all this? Well, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency created using blockchain technology, but blockchain technology can still exist without Bitcoin. It also goes without saying that Bitcoin can exist without blockchain technology. Of course, cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, include Bitcoin, which is a cryptocurrency that is aiming to replace legacy currencies such as fiat currencies, which includes the likes of your USD, British Pound, the Euro, the Chinese Yuan, and so forth. It is these creations like Bitcoin on the blockchain that are subject to the technology innovation life cycle, which also includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, Cardano, Avalanche, XRP, BNB, and thousands many more. If you want to see a whole list of how many cryptocurrencies we've got, follow the links down below. We use CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko to come up with a comprehensive list. With Bitcoin entering the maturity phase punctuated by wider adoption, it is my opinion that other competing cryptocurrencies are being created to try and prevent cryptocurrencies from entering the late maturity and decline phase, making the technological process start once more. That is, re-entering the R&D or the research and development phase, and to then move on to the growth and maturity phases before eventually reaching an inevitable decline. In other words, Bitcoin as a technological innovation is now entered or is about to enter its maturity phase, which is succeeded by its eventual decline. Could this be the reason why we are seeing the so-called altcoins not losing so much of their market share to Bitcoin during the current bear market? I can't answer that, but there could be some element of truth in wanting to believe that is the case. So if Bitcoin is in the mature phase of its evolution according to the technology life cycle, where is Ethereum in all this? Again, my opinion is that Ethereum is still in R&D phase, and if you recall in recent times, their co-founder Vitalik Buterin has been singing about the merge, the splurge, all the other terms he's been applying, which I also believe covers sharding. And so it goes. I think Ethereum hasn't even started yet. That could be a scary prospect for the so-called Ethereum killers, and they better up their game or there won't be any Ethereum flippening anytime soon. Now on to the inevitable decline. During this stage, sales decrease and the replacement technology is on the horizon. The need for incremental improvements drops along with sales of the product. The best action plan at this stage is to reduce or eliminate funding related to this technology and put those resources into a new project. Are you still with me? Can you follow where this is going? Now, picking one by one, the key aspects to this phase for Bitcoin are decreasing sales. Will we see this anytime soon? I think there's been a hint from mostly retail crypto investors who have remained resolute in their endeavor to remain invested or their continuous investment in altcoins. Altcoins, by the way, any cryptocurrency that is not Bitcoin is an altcoin. In previous bull runs, cash has always flowed or shifted from altcoins to Bitcoin during the bear market, but so far there's been some sort of stubbornness on the part of retail investors and other players who have not behaved the same way as has happened in the past. Could this leave institutions to fight for Bitcoin among themselves, or will the Bitcoin OGs show their strength and hold position? I can't answer that either. Next is replacement technology on the horizon. We know Ethereum Bitcoin can do a lot more than what Bitcoin can do. We are talking of DeFi, NFTs, smart contracts, and so forth. Bitcoin software cannot support the same applications as Ethereum. In addition, there's an even better cohort of cryptocurrencies including Polkadot, Avalanche, Solana, and Cardano, who possess more potent technology to that of Ethereum. Therefore, Bitcoin's superiority could be seriously at risk here. And on to the death of incremental improvement. Most ardent supporters of Bitcoin, including the likes of Jack Dorsey, the former CEO of Twitter, have been pushing incremental improvements to Bitcoin, with the likes of the Lightning Network being a solid example. There are other incremental improvements being proposed to bring DeFi and NFTs to Bitcoin, which all but confirm that Bitcoin is entering the last phase of its technological life cycle. That cannot be ignored. Under the technology life cycle model, the best way to manage such a decline as is now facing Bitcoin is to redirect resources to replacement technology, i.e. the likes of Ethereum, Avalanche, Cosmos, Cardano, Algorand, and many more. I know this sounds controversial, but history tends to confirm that technology needs to reinvent itself if it has to stay relevant. And now for some of my closing thoughts. Satoshi Nakamoto created the idea of an alternative financial system. With Bitcoin, he planted the seed to make such a financial system become a reality. Newer technologies have entered the scene later on and improved on what Satoshi Nakamoto had in mind, arguably making his ideas better. Thus, it can be stated that Bitcoin is the ultimate currency, but Ethereum will shortly surpass Bitcoin as the leading cryptocurrency, as it just packs a stronger, incisive punch with what it offers as a world computer. Separately though, Ethereum is on the way to increase the gulf between the two leading cryptocurrencies by switching to proof of stake. We know the merge is upon us, moving away from proof of work, a consensus mechanism widely criticized for its high energy usage. With the merge upon us, Ethereum could afford to mess up the switch from proof of work to proof of stake and still remain a potent force, thereby allowing it to flip Bitcoin. Time is on Ethereum's side as a newer technology that is still in its early phases. These phases are not marked in number of years, but in stages of the development life cycle. So it doesn't matter whether Bitcoin has been tested 13 years and Ethereum less so. That does not matter. It's down to the development life cycle where the technology is. It was just convenient that Bitcoin's 3 phases have fitted into 13 years. Ethereum's research and development and growth phases could just as well stretch for double that time span. Time will tell. No one knows for sure. It could be argued that for Bitcoin to remain the big daddy of the space, it may have to switch to proof of stake, but that is a debate Bitcoin maxis are currently not prepared to engage in at the present moment. Who knows? Maybe one day, purity and perfection will take backstage to allow Bitcoin to proceed on to self-discovery. Who is going to stand in its way? We all watch and wait. Questions for you guys. When do you think Ethereum will actually flip Bitcoin, if such a thing is ever going to happen? At what price do you think these two will be at when the flippening happens? Or will another cryptocurrency actually come around and flip Bitcoin instead? Comments down below, guys, and let us know. Again, guys, before you leave, please leave your comment down below, and also don't forget to click like and subscribe as well as smash that notification bell. Until next time, this was your Bitcoin update and the upcoming Ethereum merge with FD for Sage5.tv. Signing out for now. Bye.